So let's do it. So I will do a very quick interview, ask you a few questions, and then we discuss the next step for your project. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So for your particular experience, Nick, you are a developer in East Brisbane, building a full luxury apartment. Local suppliers are quoting you insane numbers, and you are not just building a shed. You're building a full high-end apartments. So why did a serious developer like you get on a plane to China instead of using local suppliers?
Oh, look, our local suppliers have been good to us over the years, but their hands are tied somewhat too, because their costs are constantly increasing. Their staff are wanting more money. Their cost of business is dearer. It's another conversation if you want to have it, but not now, about what we pay ourselves in Australia. We overpay what people are worth. When I talk to people from overseas, what our trades get paid, they just shake their heads and say, how can you afford it? And I said, well, we pay it, but it just means the end product is dearer.
Absolutely.
And it's got to a point now where it's just going too far.
So what is the one savings number that would make every other developer jealous of you? Don't hold back.
What is the one? Sorry, what was the question again?
Like one savings number. Like after you see the whole trip and...
Look, I'm not going to kid myself that it's just a phone call. Yeah, I'll have 3 of those and 4 of those. It's not going to be that simple. It's going to require, because there are no relationships between us and the factory. You're the intermediary, so we're relying on you to make sure that they deliver what we want. Now, we can check drawings and we can look at videos and photos, but until you actually see it in front of you and say, yes, that's what we want, the quality's there, it's a bit of an unknown.
Absolutely.
I can almost see that I will need to go back to China in the second half of this year to check orders or place orders, or also review other items as well.
Absolutely.
Photos and videos can only do so much.
Yeah, you are more than welcome to do the second trip. So let's talk about before the trip, the risks. So Be real. Before the trip, were you scared of getting burned, like a poor quality, fake products, shipping nightmare, or just losing your deposit?
Oh, look, no, none of that was a concern. I mean, I didn't go there. Well, if I found what I wanted and it was such a huge price, and I had the container there, the ship there, and I said, yep, I'll have whatever I saw I wanted, I'll do it now, we would have done that. But I don't think that was what I was expecting to get out of it. It's like you're building a house and you go into Bunnings and you say, yeah, I can use some of that, and they got some of that, that'll be good, and I can use some of that. And then when you need it, you think, I've already seen it, I need to go to Bunnings and buy that now. Well, it's the same thing with the trip to China. You go there with open eyes, have a look what's there, does it work for you, and is there enough trust or enough experience or enough what you've seen that the quality doesn't concern you, or not concern you, but you feel, okay, I think we'll be okay. And maybe the first order is a small order to try it out, and then you go again. I just need to suck it and see. So where we are now is I've come back and I've told all my consultants, architects, engineers, everybody, I want all the drawings completed, all the specifications, all the details done, and we want those back. Once we get those back, our builder is waiting, he will then price it. So then I will know if I go with local suppliers, this is going to cost me here in Australia today. Okay, then I can then say, okay, well, let's take the joinery package out and send that to China to get a price. Let's take the windows and doors, let's get that price. Let's take the tiles, the stone, whatever it is, separate that out, get a value for it here, and then look what it cost us out of China. The other thing is the coordination of that. Some of it will be with you, some of it will be with us and my team. And the other thing, which I spoke to Kenneth about, was the other thing is you order stuff, but it could be a container, 2 containers, whatever it is. It'll come over, and then we have to deal with the logistics of that container. Now, in there could be the timber floor, the tiles, the taps, the plumbing, whatever, the joinery, the stone, whatever. And it'll all come, but we don't want it all at once. And we've got no room for it on site, which means we have to look at some way of storing that, and also getting it from our shed, our warehouse, to the site. So that's another responsibility, another job that someone has to take on.
For sure. So, Nick, you actually are very experienced importer. So why China direct sourcing and not just sourcing on your own this time? What made you trust Lindy Chen and her team with a multi-million-dollar project?
I think I mentioned it to you at our breakfast, Lindy. We were approached. I've been approached over the years by, besides yourself, your company, by at least 3 others. And up until now, we've said no. We've also been speaking to a lot of our colleagues and their experience. And every time I ask them, they either hold back or they say, God, that was a nightmare. I don't remember one person who has said to me, mate, it was just no different to dealing with Australia. Same thing, you just, whatever. Now, of course, that's on the expectation of the person. Some people's expectations will be high, and obviously they want a high value, a highly produced, highly detailed, high quality item. And others will say, it'll be right, she's good enough, and walk away. Our market where we are is at that high end, a very discerning buyer, and it's got to be a quality product. So with that's where the unknown is for us.
Great. So you actually joined us in the Canton Fair and the VIP tour. So take us inside the Canton Fair. What's it like, having a VIP tour guide who works you past, those like Canton Fair, thousands of stores, and have a VIP status?
Look, it was great to have the VIP status. We had a place we could go and sit down and have a coffee and talk and whatever. The fair itself, it's amazing. It's I don't think I've been to many home shows and fairs. In fact, I'm going to one next month in Sydney, the Sydney Home Show, which I tend to do every second year, just to see what's new. But in China, it's on a scale of 10 or 20. It's 10 times as big, or 20 times as big. And not only that, the stuff you'll generally see here will be stuff you've already seen. In 90% of cases, there may be 10% of stuff that is new, and that's why you go for the new stuff. But in being the first time to the Canton Fair, pretty much everything you saw there is new. New designs, new colours, new ways of making it, and obviously different pricing as well.
Yeah, so during your trip, you had dinners with suppliers and other builders and developers. How is that experience look like? Do you feel that is actually something quite valuable?
Yeah, look, again, I probably said this before to you, and that is that I think you're fortunate because Australians generally, they bond together very easily. We tend to look after each other, watch each other's back. So we're a friendly people, and I see that all the time in my staff and other people, and even myself. If I'm walking down the Queen Street Mall and a visitor comes up and says, "Oh, where's the casino?" I'd go out of my way to say, "Well, you go down there, you turn left," to help them. And I think that's Australians. On the dinner side, it was a great opportunity to socialise with the other participants. And also some of the business people in China that and we had some great food and some great wine and some great restaurants and some great experiences, and those things will always stay with us.
Isn't it? Especially, the last restaurant we've been to, the departure night, and we had that, beautiful restaurant.
Well, that was extra special. The food was extra special. The wine was delicious, and a lovely gift was offered to us. Look, that and a very nice restaurant. That was a memorable night.
Yeah. So the experience of dinnering and dining is actually escalated higher and higher.
Yeah, look, it's all nice, but it's like we didn't get to see a lot of China, but we didn't go over. It wasn't a tourist visit. To me, it was work. It was work. Even at night, I didn't go to bed. I'd be sitting up there till midnight, returning emails and making calls, or early in the morning. But there's a lot there to see. It's a busy place. The fair is very busy. Is it worthwhile? I think if you've never been, yes, it is worthwhile. Would I go again? If I was there, would I spend a whole day there again? Probably not. I don't know if it's productive from the sense of dealing with the people there. There was a bit of a hustle going on there as well. A lot of the people there, obviously they're paid on commission, so they tend to harass you. Oh, come and have a look at this, have a look, Mister. It's a bit of it's not the environment that I like to do business with. I prefer, like we did in the factories, meeting the people, the workers, and the owners, letting them tell us about their product, seeing what they do, how they do it, showing us through the factory, and that gives us more confidence in dealing with a person back at the fair saying, yeah, we can do. They all can do everything. And as you pointed out, some of them are actual factories and some of them are they're wholesalers. They buy stuff from the factory and act as a middleman, so there's really no benefit.
Yeah. So what specific material in your mind you are going to buy definitely for those full apartment, like tiles, sanitary ware, lighting, kitchen?
Well, pretty much anything you could use except for concrete, because unfortunately concrete in a container will probably disappoint you when it arrives.
So be brutally honest, was there anything from China actually better quality than Australian supplier, not just cheaper?
Better quality. I think I'd rather answer that by saying there's a bigger range. So, like, for instance, if you're looking for joinery or looking for stone or looking for, windows or doors or anything, you've got a much bigger range. And the quality, if you go to the right place, it would be equal to what you could get in Australia. Now, there are cheap things in Australia too, and there are expensive things. But my view of that now is the cheap things always are cheap, and they're bang for buck, and it's an entry point. It's probably like going and saying, I'm going to go for a meal. Yes, you can go and get a pie or a Subway or whatever, and for $10, $20, you've had your lunch or your dinner. Or you could go to a fancy restaurant and spend $300. It's still called food. So that's what I'm saying. You can still get your job done at the low end, as you can here. But in Australia, the more and more you go to the top end, you are paying an absolute premium for it. And the fewer and fewer people who can do it. That's the other thing. Like quality stonemason, quality joinery, quality anything. There are people, but they are wedded to tier 1 and tier 2 builders because they look after them and continuously give them work. So for us to get their special wood turner or a special tile or a special painter who does absolutely good work, it's impossible. It's very difficult. So the big tier 1 guys hold those people. They look after them. They pay them well, and we can't get them. We're not a big builder or a developer. I consider ourselves a medium-sized builder developer, and we never get them. We can't get them, and we know them. And I've approached them, and they just say, "Look, mate, I've got so much work with McNabb or Hutchies or all these guys." And I've been to their projects, through the UDIA, we're often taken through tours of these projects. In fact, I've just a week before we went away, we went and saw Hutchie's and Consolidated Properties' new Monarch building at Toowong there in Brisbane. And the quality there is just next level again. But it's a combination of they've got the right people and there's only so many of them. And, they get paid well, but because these guys are doing the very, very high end, the end buyer pays it and they get a quality item. So for us, we need to source that quality product better, done elsewhere, and China could be the answer.
Give us a line-by-line comparison, like say something really struck to you, like a local quote versus China price. Do you have any particular thing come to your mind?
Well, right now I haven't really done my comparisons to know that, but shortly I'll be able to answer that. Probably in the next, depends on how long it takes for the quotes to come back. And even when a quote comes back, you've got to check it to make sure are we comparing like with like, apples and apples.
Perfect. Yeah.
And that's not an automatic thing.
Usually the best way is you get a local quote and you take the price off. Use the same specification, we get a quote from China for you. And especially big ticket item like aluminum window, the doors, the kitchen, and the cabinet, and the bathroomware, etc. So those things are probably a big ticket item.
Yeah, look, and we're looking at each of those. But again, our drawings are at the stage they're probably 80% done BA. DA we've already had for a while. So we just got to tidy up the drawings. Some of them will get even they've been promised. Some of that stuff is promised to me today, Friday, and over the next couple of weeks we'll have the balance. But that for us is only stage one or stage two really. The first go is it's rough and rough in the sense there's a lot of errors and some of the detailing is wrong. We go back and mark it up and say this has to be changed. And then when those things happen, in some cases, it triggers another problem. Like, you may want to move the sink from there to here, and there's no way you can get the drainage to work. So that creates a problem. Then you're back to the civil guy or the hydraulic guy, and he says, oh, look, I can make it work if we drop it in the slab, or we'll take it along the kick and bring it back. And there are ways of doing it. So you got to work through that, and that's stage two. And then once we get that, which is now where we're up to, we get preliminary drawings. Then they're checked if there's any things we've overlooked or things are wrong. And then we get the final set. They go to the builder. But as these come in, the builder is also getting them because he's reviewing them as well, saying, well, that's not going to work because of this reason, or that's going to be expensive. So as he's flagging those items that he's going to have concern about, we nip them in the bud early so they don't come back to us when we're building. Because when the builder's on site with these trades, everything's got to run smooth. Everything's got to go to a program. It's like a clock. It's just got to work smoothly because if it doesn't, the next guy's waiting tomorrow, he's booked in, and it creates a real big problem for us. And that's why those deliveries are important, that when we get them, the last thing we want is the joinery doesn't fit, or it's the wrong tap, or we wanted 6 of those and we only got 5, or we wanted 20 of these but 3 of them are no good because they're just the quality's not there, or they're damaged or something. We can't afford that. In Australia, if you've got those 20 and 3 are no good, well, one phone call saying, hey, you've sent me 20 but 3 of them I've got to send back, it's then up to them within a few days to pick this up, swap it over and get it back to us. That's not the case in China. You're not going to get that sorted in a day or two.
Well, we can still sort it faster for you. If it's a supplier's mistake, we will have them to get it ready. And if it's urgent, can air freight them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but, hopefully it never happens. But if it does happen, occasionally it does. And we sorted it out very quickly. And sometimes it's not urgent. We tackle it in the next shipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, there will be teething problems. There always is. And construction is the worst industry for smoothness. There's too many wheels spinning and there's too many things going on. It really is. It can be very intense, especially when you're on in the fit off stage at the end. You've got multiple trades working on top of each other, and they all want to have their fair go, but they don't really care less about, well, Mr. Painter, get out of my way. I want to put the tap in, and Mr. Tiler says, well, you can't put the tap in until I do my tiling. And then, you know, I call it adult kindy for the reason that it's adults who act like they're children. And that's what we call it, adult kindy. Because they don't always act properly or professionally, and they don't care. All they want to do is finish their job and get paid. And so does everybody.
So if I'm a developer watching this right now, about to start a project, and I'm scared to take the leap, what do you say to me?
Ask me in 6 months.
So, yeah. Would you do this?
Look, I've imported other products in the past, and we had mixed experiences. What had happened is we'd go to a fair, we'd see something, we'd say, yep, we want some of those. The first time you'd get the specification, they'd send you a sample, yep, that's what we want, it's all good. First go, great. Second go, the powder coating's not great, or this is not right, or whatever. And then you'd say, oh, look, there's, 5% in there that are no good. Oh, don't worry, when you put your next order in, we'll give you 5% more. So the next order goes in and it's worse. And you say, well, you owe me 5% for the last order, which I've got sitting in the box there, which are no good. So there's that experience, which, not a good one, but you wear it to some degree. And then there's other experiences where the factory just wants to please you. They go out of their way, or even without saying, if you ordered 1,000 of something, they'll put 5 extra in there, because if there's 1 or 2 that don't work, we call it dead on arrival, DOA. Don't worry about it. You got 5 spares. Grab one of those and like that. So there's those who go out of their way and please you and always look out for the things that could go wrong. And others, in all honesty, they don't care. It's a sale to them. If you don't buy next time, that doesn't matter. I've got someone else who'll buy from me.
You are absolutely right.
We don't work like that. Our attitude every time is to please people. And if we could honestly say, hand on heart, we've done everything to please that buyer or that person, and they're still not happy, well, I don't think we can do much more. But if we feel that we're holding back, or something second rate, or it's not up to our quality standard, we're not going to hand it over. We'd rather say we're going to be another week, and you're going to have to wait, because what we've got there is not what we want to give you.
When these 4 apartments are finished, what would be the one design feature that will make a buyer say, wow, it came 100% from China? What do you want to show us? I really believe, I've always thought this anyway, when you build a building, you're building a structure, and that's basically supposed to stand up and put whatever you put inside. The main thing that will make a building work or really sing, the wow factor, is the joinery. Wonderful.
The joinery and the stone, the kitchen. If that sings and sings really well, some other little things are not as important.
I see.
There's a lot of effort into the joinery and the stone. The stone masonry have got to be perfect. Everything lines up. The quality is there. Everything is just superb. It's like comparing, and I hate to compare it with other things, a cheap model car, and you go to a Rolls Royce or some other imported European brand, you name it, Mercedes, Audi, some of those German brands, they are so highly finished, and probably they're so highly finished because human hands don't touch them.
Yeah, we love to film your project progress. You see, like when you order the product, when the product arrived on your site, we love to film that. And when you almost finish the project, and we love to film finish the project for you as well.
Yeah, look, that's an idea. Certainly, let's talk about it. Yeah.
No problem. Wonderful. So in that case, we will, work very closely with you. As you know, you have a project manager, you have me overview your project, you have Charmaine, and who will answer most of the questions when you are ready for whatever, the specification for quote, and we will assist you to get you the quote for you to do the compare.
Yeah, look, a couple of quick things there. First of all, a big shout out for Charmaine. She was wonderful. And secondly, not all the factories we went to or the places we visited were suitable. And, there were examples there that we hate to say it, we wasted our time driving out to see them. And when we got there, it wasn't what we wanted. But, someone's got to do that the first time, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're with me on one of those occasions.
Sure.
So, you just got to be patient, explore. It's not the sort of thing you're going to do in 5 minutes, and if you're willing to do it, it would be worth your while.
Wonderful. So on 14th of May, are you joining our that webinar?
I wasn't aware of the webinar on the 14th of May. When's that? That's the next week.
Yeah, 14th of May, there is a webinar called Ask the Builder. So many of those people who joined this journey will actually be on that webinar. You will get to know each other. If you can join that, and I like to invite you as a guest speaker. So people may ask you some questions and you can answer as well.
All right. Well, look, just send me the details because I don't think I've seen them, but maybe I've got to be honest that I'm a little bit behind in my emails. They seem to stream through, and
that's fine. I will send you the invitation.
All right, that'll be lovely.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Nick. You have a great day.
All right, good to see you. All right, all the best. Thanks, Kenneth.
Wonderful. Bye.
See you.